Well, Rachel, today we're going to talk about joy. And we're going to talk about Christmas, obviously, because it's Christmas season. And I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a short and sweet little blurb about joy, because joy is super important any time of year. But this time of year, we think about it a little more. I had lots of feedback from the sermon on Sunday from people that said that they really needed to hear that. So Richie did a great job.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to follow up, Richie, and I'm going to follow him up this weekend. And because he's solid in his prep and his presentation. And we've been backing each other up for years, but sometimes when he brings a really good message, I'm like, okay, all right, you better step up your game, Homa. Here we go. But so, you excited about Christmas?
I am.
It's coming.
I know. I finished wrapping most of my presents last night and realized that Jack Parker got a little bit extra that I didn't realize. My daughters and I were texting each other yesterday, counting, because we want to make certain everything's even now. And I had the big faux pas last year of forgetting to get the gifts to hit submit on Amazon. So my wife was shortchanged, and I could see the smoke rising at Christmas. And I was in the doghouse all day Christmas. And so this year, it ain't gonna happen. Well, so. I was buying Jack one more thing this past weekend. And I said to Andrew, as we're like about to go to bed, I was like, hey, just so you know, shipping deadlines are about to hit in case you haven't bought me anything.
Well, you could tell your husband that he better hit submit when he does do the shipping, because I didn't.
He got mad at me because he says, way to make me feel bad. And I was like, well, that's you feeling bad because you have yet to buy me anything. And you better get on it.
Oh, man.
Because then I will get mad if I don't have anything to unwrap.
Yeah. Well, I have Christmas gifts for my wife scattered all through my garage right now.
Okay.
And so I was told by my daughter this morning, you need to make certain you have all the ones that she wants because of last year. So they're on me. They're like, they know Dad screwed up. So, well, we hope that you will enjoy today's 61st Minute podcast. And we're going to talk about joy. So we hope that you'll enjoy it. Hang on there, hang out, listen, enjoy, share it with your friends. Enjoy the podcast. We'll see you later. So, Christmas is that time of the year where I think sometimes you're forced to have to feel or eat things you don't want to feel or eat or drink or whatever, stuff like that. But if you had to look at the Christmas season and go, these are the things that I only eat or drink at this time of year, what would they be?
I am not a hot drink person. I literally, my whole drinking, choices typically are water and Diet Coke. But
you know how bad Diet Coke is for
I
you?
don't care.
Okay.
There are a lot of other things that are really bad for us,
That's
too.
true.
And
That
so
is
I'm
true.
choosing that as my vice. If
Okay.
that's what's going to take me out, Lord,
Yeah, I have no
lived
room
in
to talk, so
happiness.
it doesn't matter. It's just passing bad, poor judgment. But, okay.
So this time of year, if my throat is a little scratchy, I don't like tea. So I will go by Starbucks and get a peppermint hot chocolate, extra hot.
Okay.
And
That's
sip on
a good
that.
one. That's a good flavor, but only during this season?
Only during this season.
Okay.
I don't even like hot chocolate. Don't give me regular hot chocolate.
All right.
Peppermint hot chocolate. Only from Starbucks. Only extra hot.
Okay. The moment that it's on sale, there's eggnog in my house, and there will be eggnog until after Christmas. I love eggnog. I love it.
Andrew loves eggnog.
I absolutely love it. Now, I will tell you that marketing eggnog with the name eggnog was whoever decided that was a poor choice, because people think automatically it's eggs and blah, blah, blah. Ugh. It is phenomenal. I love it. And I'm snooty. I have to have, there's different flavors or different brands, and I have to, there's a certain brand that I like in town, but it's expensive too, unfortunately. But everything's expensive right now.
But do you drink it every day?
I would be in a world of hurt if I did. I would love to. It's probably every other day.
You know, my husband, when it's really cold outside, this is so strange. He prefers to eat ice cream when it's really cold outside.
Really? I'm not
weird.
I'm not a big. I like ice cream, but it is not a go-to for me.
Yeah.
So eggnog is an automatic during this season. Candy canes are a thing for me now, but I don't like peppermint. You know, you can get the peppermint things at the restaurant, and they provide them for free. No, I would.
What was that?
Somebody has a weird device in
Bluetooth.
here. That was
It's a
Bluetooth. What the heck was that? Anyways, we're being haunted. Peppermints. I mean, candy canes. So I love candy canes. I'll do that only during this season, but after Christmas, no more. We do. So I'm trying to think of what else that we eat during the season.
I mean, like the traditional pies of the season.
Yes.
I don't have them any other time. Like, I don't ever make a pecan pie during the middle of the year.
And we make a peach cream pie. Yep.
There's something like I have different foods that I make during different times of the year. Like, what in the world?
Okay. We have a Bluetooth thing in here somewhere. Is it that? Wait a minute. Okay, we got to figure this out because we don't want Bluetooth talking to us. So keep talking. Just keep talking.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Tim is currently on a hunt to find the Bluetooth speaker in the room that we have no idea where it is, but it's almost like a prank that somebody's playing on us.
It's quite possible that it is in one of these Christmas boxes from Angel Tree that I have no idea. I really don't know. I don't know where it's coming from, but we're going to have to deal with it. So unless it's that device behind you, maybe hit the power on that because there's blue light. Is it off?
Yep.
All right.
We'll try.
We'll see that. And we're back. Things that you don't expect on a podcast. So, yeah, I think you're right. There's different things. Pies, there's certain foods that you'll eat that you won't typically eat during that. So would love to hear from you if you're listening about what is it about this holiday that brings out certain foods, drinks that you only eat and drink during this season that you don't do on the other side. But, like, that's the great thing about Starbucks. Mm-hmm. They think about the season. I know right now the creme brulee drink is a hot seasonal one. They brought back eggnog latte. See that now I can only drink it when I ask for extra eggnog because if it's just a single serving, blah, it's not good. But a double dose of eggnog,
yeah,
it's good. It's good. Does that bring you joy? Eggnog?
No.
Yeah. Brings Andrew joy.
Yeah.
Now, do you get it for him when he wants it? Is it in the house right now?
It's in the house. He got it himself.
He got it himself. I get the evil look from my wife when she brings it in. Do you know how much this cost me? Okay.
No.
Sorry, I'll give it to you in cash.
No, and honestly,
I'll pay
like,
back.
I don't ever think about getting it because me and Jack don't drink it. Mm-hmm. But, and I get all of our groceries delivered. Praise the Lord for grocery delivery. It is the best invention on the planet.
It works. It works.
Oh my gosh, yes. It changed my life 2 years ago. Like I have I have stepped in the store of Walmart like a handful of times in the last 2 years.
What I like is pickup. I haven't done delivery. So my youngest daughter, Jensen, she'll go and she'll put a big order in, and then she just pulls up, pick up, and gone. She doesn't have to go in the store. Now, I haven't done the delivery thing yet, so that's pretty cool. But
wonderful.
We've done the pickup. That's nice. You just sit there. But it kind of feels weird. I feel like I'm waiting for someone to do the work for me. But it's
job security for them. Okay?
It is job security for them. So this past weekend, we talked about the third candle in the Advent season, which is the pink candle now. So the first 2 weeks were purple, and then they were purple. And the third one is pink, and that is joy. And Richie Fisher, our lead pastor, spoke about the difference between joy and happiness. So before you dive into questions and thoughts about that, how would you answer that question? What to you is the difference between joy and happiness?
The difference between joy and happiness is dependent on your circumstances, and joy is something that comes from within.
Great answer. Correct. And I love the fact that you answered as though you're repeating the question in class of a college class. Very, very astute of you, Rachel.
Do you want to know my favorite quote of the year that has to do with joy?
Yes. By whom?
I actually posted it yesterday. I can't remember who it was by. But it says, misery loves company, but so does joy, and joy throws much better parties.
Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that.
As an event planner, I'm like, this is my life. Like, who wants to go to a pity party?
Right. You want a joyful party.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Joy is one of those things that, we talked about food and drink being seasonal. We really stress, I think, at Christmas, the importance of joy. We have songs, Joy to the World. There's the whole purpose of, we used to have in our front yard, cut out wood. Actually, Richie had done it for us when we lived in Texas, painted red, joy, with, different emblems on it, different symbols. But it's stressed this season more than any. And I don't know why this season alone, wouldn't you want to hear joy at Easter?
Yeah.
I mean.
But
I don't know.
I think for me that when somebody is joyful, it just is part of who they are, regardless of circumstances. So like, say I know somebody that just super strong in their faith, but going through a lot of hard stuff. It's not that they're not just devastated, but it's almost like an internal hope that starts the flame of joy, of knowing that my peace doesn't come from come from the world.
I absolutely love that. And I agree with that 100%. So how do you think a person gets to that point in their life? Because I have a follow-up to your answer, I think, or something I want to say. But what do you think drives people to a point in their life where they go, no matter what I'm going through, no matter what my circumstances are, no matter the pain, the hurt, the struggles, I still have this joy within me that I live through?
I think for me, it's contentment. Knowing that, like, I know who controls my days. Like, I know who has already made it happen. And that gives me so much peace and joy. Mm-hmm. When somebody was talking about Lisa Harper, talked in a sermon this weekend. She's a very well-known Christian author, and she was talking about how sometimes the things that we have been praying about and waiting on the Lord for, that we think that He's not doing, is kind of like going to a play, and it's intermission. You're up going to the bathroom, and you think nothing's going on, and what's happening actually behind the scenes, behind the curtain, is they're setting up for the next act. And so you're just like, if you think about it that way, you know that God's at work. And for me, that causes joy to know that everything that I go through in life, He's already taken care of.
Right.
So I can be joyful and rejoice in what God has done for me and what He will do for me.
I like that. I like that a lot. I like that next act. I like that there's something going on behind the scenes that allows us. It's a trust. I think joy has a lot to do with trust. I think it has a lot to do with knowing God. I wonder, and I would love to have this conversation. I'd love to have a conversation with someone who doesn't have a relationship with Jesus. And I want to ask the question, how do you experience joy? What does joy look like in your life? And I'd love to hear their response, because I think it would, it's obviously going to be different than how I would respond, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm dealing with a major back issue right now, or neck issue, and I know that joy is within me when I can say, God, no matter what, I'm still going to praise you. I'm still going to worship you, even in this pain. I'm not going to go around going, woe is me. You know, I'm hurting. It's the reality. People can see it. It's in my eyes. It's in my face. I've never experienced this before. So what I'm experiencing now is new. But for instance, we're watching TV and there's something funny on. I laugh normally. We have my best friend and his wife spend the weekend with us from Dallas. They came up. We played cards. We laughed. We joked around. It was a great time. Even though in the pain, and I think that's part of joy, is that even in your struggles and in your pain, can you still experience that love for life, that enjoyment, that rejoicing? Because joy is rejoicing. That's what it is. It's being able to rejoice. The Bible says to rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. As a matter of fact, it's so strong that he had to repeat it. And again, I say rejoice, right? And so even in my current health situation, I can still find joy because I know who's in charge. I know who's got me, who's holding me. And I'd rather have the joyful party than the misery party. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of that has to do with whose you are, not who you are.
And you know, all of us have been around people that are just full of joy, and you gravitate toward them.
Oh, 100%.
You want to be around people that are filled with the joy of the Lord because they're just attractive. You just want to spend time with them. On the flip, if you spend time with people that are, I don't know, somber and just angry, and
you don't want to be around
you don't want to be around them,
or you become like them.
Yes. So I would rather spend my days around people that are filled with joy than anybody else. You know,
it's easier, I think, to fall away from joy when you're around people like that than it is to try to pick them up. It's like joy is on a table and misery is down below. Well, it's a lot harder for misery to jump up on a table with joyful people, but it's a lot easier for someone to jump off the table with joy and hang out in the misery of miserable people. And this time brings about both, right? This season of the year, every year you have miserable people who are trying to make Christmas the perfect season and they're struggling with it, or it's a tough season, or even they've gone through loss. You know, I know that my mom struggles with Christmas because she lost her husband 3 years ago, 2 days before Christmas. So there's always that constant reminder. But I know my mom lives in joy. I experience that joy in her life whenever I talk to her. But there are seasons of which it's a little harder than others. So when it's harder on us, how do we then go when we're struggling? Okay, when someone's got a health issue, a loss of a loved one, separation from family, an estrangement of any sort, or just financial stuff, hardship. How does somebody reach within to find that joy? How do you think that happens, Rachel?
I think you have to go back to the fundamentals of faith. So I think you need to get in your word. And sometimes it's as simple as doing a ChatGPT search and saying, hey, find me the verses on joy, hardship, on joy. Yeah. Like, what does the Lord say about this situation? Because sometimes, like, I love to go through the Bible, like I'm going through it chronologically this year. But there are times when it's super helpful to go through that and go, hey, this is what I'm going through. What does the Bible say about this? And pull from that. I think it's also very important to spend time in prayer, but also writing out a list of things that you're grateful for. I find that when I'm in seasons of wishing for things that I don't have, I try to just sit down and write 3 things I'm grateful for every day. And it does make a huge difference because it's perspective shift. So when you do that, you're starting to think about the things that you do have and the things that God has blessed you with, more so than the things that you don't. Then I think you surround yourself with other believers that are there to lift you up. It is so important for you to have a core group of friends. You can have a million friends, but if you don't have a core group of solid believers that are honestly willing to say, hey, you are not living the life that you want to live right now because you are stuck in like the pit of mud. Like, get out. Like, you have so much to be joyful for. You have so much to be reminded of. And sometimes it takes those people to just like pull you out and like keep you there. Yeah. I'm very, very grateful for the group of the home group I have, but particularly the girls that I have in there, that if I'm going through something, I can just send them a text and they'll be praying for it. It's a big deal, but it takes time to build friendships like that too.
Yeah. Oh, I think that's great, Rachel. I think those are all positive things that we can do to try to find that joy. I think one other thing that I would add from a counseling perspective, the counselor within me would tell someone, write down those things that are stealing your joy. Name them. Because sometimes we don't name them. We don't identify them. They're out there. They're vague or they're floating around. And write them down. And then you can address each one, or maybe just the one specifically. You could just go right after that one and just say, this is stealing the joy of my life, and I won't allow it to ruin who I am and who I want to be and who God wants me to be. I think we need to identify those things. But I think there's an importance too of having people in our life to help us walk through those. Yeah. It can be somewhat, I don't want to say dangerous. It can be difficult to do it alone. Identify them, write them down, and then sit down with a trusted friend, someone you love who cares about you deeply, who will not judge you, can be your accountability and your confidentiality, and just share with them, these are the things that are robbing me of the joy of my life right now. And allow them to help you and speak into your world and help you find that joy. Yeah,
because sometimes it means that you need to create some boundaries and maybe cut a few things out of your life that aren't necessary. Boundaries are super helpful and super healthy. Yep. And we all could use a few more boundaries.
We all could use a few more boundaries. Yes, we could. Hey, this Sunday,
Tim is up.
Guess who's in the saddle? That's right. I'm going to be sitting, I think, in the saddle. But yep, I'm bringing a message on love. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the Sunday before Christmas Eve. So this is the white candle of the Advent series season. It is the white one. No. It can't be.
I think it's a purple one.
It is a purple one, I think. I forget. The white one is the last one on Christmas Eve. But really, we just want to invite you as we get into this Christmas week pretty soon that we'd love to invite you to our Christmas Eve services. We will be having the Christmas Eve services at the East Campus at 3 and 5. And then our North Campus and our Greenwood campuses will be at 4 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Invite your neighbors, your friends, your family. It's going to be a special time celebrating the birth of Jesus. It'll be a great time. But don't miss out on Sunday, because Sunday would be an important time as well as we begin to wrap up the Advent season and get ready for the new year. But it's going to be a special time around Community Bible. Yeah. You have been listening to the 61st Minute, a podcast of Community Bible. We encourage you to share this with your friends and to get the word out that we're here for them. And we love bringing some fun, bringing some seriousness. Rachel and I have a great time doing this every week, and we're going to bring it to you again next week. So thanks for joining us this week. Have a great week before Christmas. We'll talk to you next week.
See ya.